Hello and welcome to Tech with Briley. Today we're going to work on an open source project with the Flutter framework, and it's a proof of concept to generate random workout routines. Now there's dozens or potentially hundreds of workout apps, and you might be wondering why another one. Well, a friend of mine and I have an idea. Well, she has the idea mainly, and I'd like to get a little bit of a jump start and go down the path a little bit into the implementation. The goal is we're going to try to build her application by following a sort of user experience workflow. So currently she's working on wireframes and user flows and defining the main features and purpose of the app. And we believe it is a distinct workout app. There's some characteristics that make it unique, and we'll explore a little bit of the implementation today. The initial app will be open source, and then I'll publish that to GitHub, and we'll see what happens. But the idea is that the app should be like a tutor. It'll help you figure out some workout that you can do in your spare time. And it won't have any timers or pressures or reminders or anything like that. At work, I work from home, and I'll oftentimes just want to do a couple quick exercises throughout the day, but I don't necessarily want to do a full routine for like 30 or 60 minutes. So just having a list of some exercises that I can do. Every 20 minutes I can take a little bit of a break with a Pomodoro technique or something like that and do some exercise at that point. So it's a very simple app, and I think a lot of people are in this boat. So we're going to see how far we get today. I'm going to use Anthropic Claude to help us out. So we'll start with the minimum viable. It'll generate a random workout, and you might be able to remove or add or remove. So if you don't like a particular exercise, you can just remove that from the list and add another one, which is essentially a replacement. We'll have to figure out the user experience and user flow for those. So I'll just define what we're going to target. I won't specify what we're not targeting. But we won't have any timer. We won't have notifications, as I mentioned. Interesting. So it's like working in an iterative fashion. Crazy. I haven't even initialized the project yet. Wow. So basically it took my prompt and generated an initial structure, scaffolded the app with a class to define the structure of the exercises, and a workout page that displays a list of exercises, and a list of simple all exercises list, and then to generate workout randomly selects 5 from all exercises. We'll go into the code in a moment. Add a floating action button that regenerates the workout. That's a great one. I didn't explicitly mention that. You have to have Flutter set up in your development machine, which I've done. Create a new Flutter project. I'll have to say. All right, so open the command palette, Command Shift P, Flutter, new project. Oh gosh, of course. Application is the project type. And we will do that in the random workout generator. And we will call it random workout. Man, it's so good, so good. The Flutter developer experience is just extremely well polished. And I just don't have enough opportunity to work in Flutter, but I really enjoy it every time I do. All right, it's ready. F5 to start running. Now for F5, I'm going to do F function F5. And we'll run this in... Well, actually, if I can just run it in Chrome initially, I think we're kind of good. I can publish this to a GitHub page and share it with my friend who can try it out. Let's see how far we get with Chrome. Otherwise, I can start the iOS simulator, but there's just a little bit more involved with that. I'm trying to think how far we'll go. Let's try it. Push the button that many times. It works. Okay, so essentially, we've got the hello world running. This is one interesting thing. The Flutter, I'm not sure where this Chrome comes from. Looks good. All right, so we're able to remove them with this swipe gesture. That's crazy. This is crazy. So we'll go to the third version. I think it's the most comprehensive one. It's got the exercises. You initialize it, you generate a workout. And randomly selects 5 of them. Now, however, oh, I see. 2. What's going on here? 1. We got 3 versions, but I'm not able to get to the other versions. I have to do like, there it is. So let's try, we're gonna just copy it, save it and run it just without anything. Swipe is working, swipe works. You can swipe left or right. We'll add one. Oh, okay. Nice. Okay, so you can add a custom one. You can generate a new one. This is too good. And then it's already 80% there. Wow. This is crazy. It's too crazy. You know, it's a very simple app. Okay, I know this is very good for Greenfield. This is too good. Oh man. Nice. Huh. Well done. This is literally the MVP. It should just be, I need a couple of workout ideas. Just generate me a list of it. I open it like that list. Let's do this one. Well, I don't feel like doing push-ups twice. Let's add burpees. All right, cool. So let's commit this as the first MVP thing. Nice. My friend will like this because it didn't use the app, the kind of material design full app scaffold top menu. I can't believe that. It just worked in like 30 seconds. I got just a couple of prompts. You got a fully working app. Now, I see what happened. So I have to actually open. Yeah. Actual project is committed. Oh. So there it is. It's on GitHub now. So good, so good. You can use this for your own purposes. It's here on GitHub. Flutter Friends. Random workout generator. So I will extend it a little bit. One thing I'm going to do is just deploy this to GitHub Pages, so I can show my friend. Now, we've done this in another of our repositories. Let me find out what I did there. It's been a little bit. I'm kind of rusty with Flutter. It's not I don't work on Flutter for my day job. I wouldn't mind though. I really enjoy the Flutter developer experience. I know it can get really complicated. I have some concerns about the Flutter package ecosystem, similar to GitHub, JavaScript, but it's like even less mature than JavaScript. But it's a really good developer experience. I can't stress that enough. So I think we've either deployed as dinner dice or children games. One of these two is deployed automatically. To GitHub Pages. So the first thing I'll just do is enable the GitHub Pages on this repository. Sorry, I've got a cold. It started being for the sniffles and stuff. I thought I would go ahead and broadcast anyway. And so we're going to enable GitHub Pages here. We don't need the wikis. We'll preserve it. We don't need projects. And don't rebase on public projects. Don't do it. It's bad. Bad juju. Bad things happen. Social preview. We'll generate a social preview. Let's do that while we're here. That'll be fun. Leonardo AI. New changes. Oh, you get a rollover bank of your changes. Nice. So good. So good. All right, image generation. We'll do a 16, or what are we going to do? Aspect ratio. 16 by 9 is kind of cool. A dynamically sculpted fitness instructor, each muscle finely defined in the midst of exercise, glistening sweat, toned limbs in full flex, and determined gaze focused ahead. The vivid scene is captured in high-resolution photograph, showcasing the subject's intense dedication and fierce strength. With impeccable lighting and composition, the image radiates a sense of vitality and motivation, inspiring viewers to strive for their own peak physical condition. We'll generate a few of those. Meanwhile, pages. Deploy from a branch. Branch. GH pages, I guess. Dang it. No need. So it didn't really need to actually change much, but yeah. Let's add that here. Gosh. So if we can get this deployed today, this will be great. Great progress. Thanks to Claude. Seriously. Let's check out our, not suitable for work. Yeah. It's possible, yeah. There's cleavage. Nice, nice. Detailed. Those are good too. So let's see. This is using a malformed. It's got cleavage, but it's not as bad. Using a malformed. It's such a strange workout. These are a couple of pumped exercises, but they're just like kind of chilling. This guy's kind of doing the exercise. So let's do that for the social media because there's a body weight. All right, so we'll come back to this apparently. And we'll just add that and push. Meanwhile, I'm about to take a break because I'm getting this seriously. Upload an image. Default. Download. In the midst. Oh, wait. Smaller than 1 meg. Okay. No, what is it called? Affinity. Photo. Oh, man. I'll just bring it back. Sorry. Too much sniffling. All right, so it's got to be less than 1 meg. Affinity photo. You know, for years anyway, tried using strictly open source stuff, and it's gone quite far, and I'm just now kind of less opinionated about that. I try to write open source now. Okay, it's 3, how big is it? File. Export. Maybe it'll give me a size. Preset. Huh. Oh, I see ping. We'll do JPEG. There we go. And if I compress it, does it tell me the file size? 200 kilobytes. 300 kilobytes. Yeah, even at 100%, it was like, okay, 2.6 megs. 340 kilobytes. Very cool. What are these? High quality. All right. So nice, convenient. And you should ask me where. We'll just replace it. Let's see if this works. Not bad. Cool. You know, in a way, this is a parody, but it's a real Flutter app, right? This is a real Flutter app, and it should be deploying to, oh, I see, to GitHub pages. I need to move that. So let me open this back up in, I actually need to open the proper folder, open folder. Which brings me to the other point. It's in the subfolder. So let's check it out. So we'll want this GitHub thing going down here. Boom. Cool. We'll run Dart fix in a minute too. This is all, so move the GitHub page deployment. You know, it's code generated by an LLM. Its knowledge is out of sync, but the code just ran the first time. Every time it's generated, and even the changes I requested, it was crazy. So if we go to, for example, somehow I can just do fix all in workspace. Yeah. Let's see, what did it change? Quite a lot. Const. Yeah, so it's doing some performance optimizations, which is interesting. Now, the thing is, my code will be out of sync with the LLM. So essentially, in this case, I can just paste it back in here. So the LLM will have that. And we'll make sure it's still, when I save, it's still good to go. Hopping back over here. Yep. I guess it's not running, so let's run that again. Command F5. Yes. So that's because I opened the folder. Now it's building Mac OS application. All right. Now, if I look at this, here's the key folder. The thing is, the children games is in this subfolder, okay, and our Git workflow is also there. So this is still working. Got the swipe action, but you have to really swipe it. Can generate a new one. It's getting a little bit of double, so I'm going to see if we can do a small feature to not have it generate the same exercise. Then we'll also extend the list to make it a little bit more useful. But I mean, as this is, if we can get this deployed by GitHub pages, yeah, I think we're really off to the races here. All right, just clearing my notifications a bit. Oh, actually, this one did it too. But in all cases, see, the pub spec is in the base folder there. In the children games, it's the pub spec's in here. So that's the kind of confusing part. How does GitHub workflow know? GitHub pages workflow know? I'm going to work this one out a little bit because I'd like this deployment to work today. View all branches. So yeah, here we got failure to deploy. No pubspec found. Yeah. All right. I'm going to paste in this error. What is it again? GitHub. Workflows. YAML or YAML? Yeah, it's a common setup. That is true. Oh, nice. So you just set the working directory. Interesting. Now it also added a step to get the dependencies, which was interesting. Just want to keep it simple. I don't want to set up a token and everything. Maybe that's the better way of doing it. But yeah, if we're just going to override this GitHub Pages branch, it's fine by me. We don't have any other main dependencies than Flutter. So we ran Dart fix, and then for build step. However, yeah, it said here, random workout. Interesting. Okay, let's see if it runs it this time. So I'm pushing them directly to main. I'm not doing a pull request or any of that stuff. This is just a quick experiment. I wanted to see how far I could get with 1 hour stream or something today. Okay, so it's running. Flutter details. Setting up Flutter. It'd be nice if this was just cached. But I don't know if you can do that. Maybe there's a version 3. Let's check while we're waiting. just 2. Cool. So it does do the dependencies. We didn't need an extra step for that, so that's clear as far as I understand. Ooh, new versions, Flutter pub outdated. Try that. Creating, building, set it up. Success. All right. And do we have a GH Pages branch? We do indeed. Indeed. So we'll go back to the pages, and we are going to change this to a branch. And the GitHub Pages branch is already there. Root, I guess. And Flutter Friends, github.io. We don't need a custom one, but what is it? What's the... How do I access it? I guess it's just... Something happened there. Manifest. Flutter Bootstrap. Should work here though. Well, I think what I need to do is change it to use underscores here, because GitHub Pages uses the repository name, so it has underscores in it. But our code is using the hyphenated path. But if I fix that here, base href should just be underscores. Then it should be able to find its resources and all of that. Doesn't matter which order I do these. So I'm not going to push them yet. Now I'll push base path, base href. to match the repository rule. Now, if we do a custom domain, I think it doesn't matter, then the base href would be /, but we don't have a custom domain yet. We might not want one of those. So let's try it again. We'll wait for this. Now that I pushed those changes, we'll wait for the build to run again. And that's going to be that. If it works, we're good. Then we can work on a couple of little improvements. For example, somehow deduping to check if it's already in the list and not when we're generating, we want it to be deduped, but also that same function should be reusable so that when generating the list of available exercises, we're not presenting exercises that have already been added. I think this is a feature because I don't see why. I'm not sure what the use case would be for having the same exercise twice in the list of exercises that you're just wanting to do. And if you want to do multiple sets of those, of course you can just do multiple sets or supersets or whatever your mode is of workout. So let's just see if this deployment happens. Focus on one thing at a time, and then we'll make a couple more improvements. But I want to think this through because we can strategically guide the large language model to get us better outputs, especially if we ask it to do multiple things in one prompt. As we saw with the initial prompt, I gave it a pretty thorough description of the app, as well as subsequent steps, and it actually implemented those in multiple steps, which was actually surprising. But I did read that you want to ask it to do multiple questions to save your prompting input, and you'll get better results in general. All right, we're working on it. I mean, this should still work. It looks like it did, in fact, work. And have to do the underscores. And do a hard reload here. There it goes. It's working. Very cool. It works. I mean, it just works. I love that. I mean, it's not perfect. You kind of have to drag it real far. All right. Let's improve this. So again, we're open source on GitHub. Check it out. This is a sort of a prototype, fun project, parody, and to some extent. But now we'll work with Claude a little bit. And one thing I miss that I really enjoy in ChatGPT is to be able to speak. But to my understanding, Claude doesn't have voice input. So we're just going to prevent the exercises that are already in the workout from appearing in the selection list and try to dedupe during the random generation. And hopefully we'll be able to use a common validator function. So some reusable code, a Boolean is in exercise workout. You pop an exercise in there and it just checks it. It's a nice interface, and that works when you're generating them. And just, inside of that loop, you're going to check if it's there. If it's not, add it. Otherwise, keep on keeping on. And then when we're popping up to show predefined exercise dialog, we'll have to check out how we do it. How we do there. What happened there? Oh my goodness. And then are we still running? I think we're still running it. Let's see, I can close out some of these applications. Hello, Mr. Exercise Man. All right. I close it. Quit. Is it running? Maybe it's not running. Okay, Command F5. Interesting. So lunges, plank, burpees, push-ups, mountain climbers. It's just always a good mountain climbers. Burpees. There you go. And knew that was going to happen. So if there are no more exercises available, It works though. Okay. Didn't need to close it. That or we shouldn't show the button, but I don't know. It would be a better user experience not to show the button. So now we're getting to where I have to be more careful about copying and pasting because the dialog is just changing in the show defined exercise dialog. Okay, it's a bit different. Right here. It says I have 2 Chrome windows open, but oh yeah. Just normal is fine. Ooh, nice touch. I didn't even know it actually added that. Man, there's just those little details. Claude is just on it. Wow. It added the extra button to add your own. I didn't even think of that, and it was maybe implied that there would be a forward navigation without having to go back. And wow, it just stuff like that is just kind of mind blowing. Okay. Okay. Let's just kind of fill this in with a bit more. Let's think of like a just body weight. But these are probably all you need. Donkey kicks. So the hot reload didn't seem to work there. Maybe I need to do a hot restart. Let's see. Oh, nice. That's one thing though. It's not obvious that there's more. Maybe that could be a UX thing. All right, but it's working. Okay, so let's commit that. Hey, Rebel, welcome. How you doing? Thanks for the cheer. How goes it? What you been up to lately? So I don't have the solution here. I want to ask an open-ended question, like how can we improve the user experience here with this default material widget when I add a new exercise? It's not obvious to me right here that I can scroll until I like actually start scrolling. Since I made the app, I know there's other options, but this hides. It disappears. That's kind of a user experience thing. I'm surprised it entered into the framework. Work, and some more work. Yeah, that sounds pretty tiring, man. Are you going to be able to take some time off? I guess you're living without a pause. That's living up to your namesake. Oh, let's see if we got some good feedback here. But yeah, you got to take those pauses, right? Okay, so it automatically did it. You've identified an important UX issue. If you're right about longer lists, users might not realize there are more options available. Let's improve this by making the scroll bar always visible and more noticeable. Achieve this by using the scroll bar widget, customizing its appearance. Wrap to the list builder in the scroll bar widget. Theme visibility true. Scroll bar radius circular 10, thickness 6. Let's check it out. All right. So what has changed is just in the define exercises dialog. We'll pop that over there. We'll hide this so I can see a little bit better. But this is actually pretty well organized code for like a little, one page greenfield app. Show add exercise dialog. Show, yeah, there it is. Show predefined exercise dialog. Predefined ones, yes. The add exercise dialog is the one where you just add your own. Let's see, what did I do there? Let me try this one more time. I just want to make sure I got my cursor there, and then there, and delete and paste, save. And we might need to do a hot reload there. Custom predefined. Okay, something went wrong with that change. Sleep when I'm dead. Yeah, I've heard that one before. Oh man, but that's a hard thing to impose on yourself. So let me just try killing it and try loading it again. Let's see if we just have a bug. This could be our first bug we've encountered with this auto-generating code companion. Could be a copy and paste issue here. I wish it would stop warning me about this app I'm developing. Okay, now the thing doesn't open, so that's a problem. Ugh. Okay. Return show dialog. Make sure I got my brackets. Hot restarting. Yeah, well, I've been kind of staying busy myself a little bit, trying to do some of these side projects and maybe start. I've been doing a little bit of music. Also thinking about doing a few real short tutorials for some of these concepts I'm learning to make it easy for other people who are interested in similar ideas like these large language models, so they can get started. Let me just try this one. F5. F5 now. There we go. No debugger key. Not soon. Continue. What's going on? All right. So what's going on? Am I in a breakpoint? Continue. I am. Okay. And what version of Flutter are we using here? We're using Flutter 3.22. So I'll just have to revert that change. I mean, I didn't commit it. Go ahead and see that change. All right, so what do we got? Let's just read the description. Apologize for the oversight. You're right. We need to make a simpler approach, especially considering using Flutter 3.22. Let's modify the code. Move the scroll bar widget and remove the scroll bar widget and instead use the scroll bar theme. Yeah, it makes sense. So we don't need to define the widget or something. I think that was causing too much problem. Scroll bar theme right there. Yeah. So it's this one. Function F5, launching. Open anyway. And there it is. Now we have a scroll bar. That's all we needed. And I think at this point, this is a great start. Boom. Dark mode. Let's switch to dark mode. Dark mode by default. I think dark mode should be on by default. Dark mode toggle with dark mode on by default. Oh, is this asking too much? It's adding another state variable and a toggle widget that essentially flips that state variable, but it's a top level thing. It's got to change in the app theme. So it's got to regenerate the whole app, it looks like. No, there's some existing code there. Oh man, this is going to be a bit trickier to kind of paste in there. So we have to be very careful with our copy and paste. And I don't understand most of this code. I'll admit, you should always understand what you're getting from the, I mean, I sort of do. It's fairly declarative code. Synchronizing the changes, though, if you want to check them out, they're up there on GitHub now. All right, so yeah, let's see what it says. Certainly adding a dark mode toggle is a great way to enhance your user experience. We'll implement this feature using Flutter's built-in theming system to allow a toggle in the app state. We'll set the dark mode as the default. Here's how to do it. Change the My App from a stateless widget to a stateful widget, so the app itself has to keep the state. Added is dark mode Boolean state variable in my state. Just keep a fire extinguisher handy. Yeah, that's true. I got the smoke detector up there, fire extinguisher handy, fire blanket if we need it. All right, so let's see. So we're all the way to the build. Oh, okay, exercises list. So yeah, this is a bit more subtle, copy and paste. stuff happening here. So we got our same imports. We got the same app. Now app is a stateful widget, and it needs to create my app state. So this is all new here. So the whole app definition. Now it has a top level state variable. So we'll grab that. We'll just grab the whole thing there. My app, and we're going to rename the app, right? Let's rename it in a minute. Those two. All right. Oh, I see what's going on. I see what's going on. These are not defined on the workout page. So the workout page definition changed. Okay, got it. That makes sense. So our exercises look the same. The workout page is a stateful widget. Now we have this new Boolean. We got two Booleans, toggle theme, because the workout page is essentially, so we're pushing state down. We hoisted the state up. In other words, it wasn't hoisted. It was just, it's existing at the top level, but we're adding it down to the child. All right, so the workout page, stateful widget. And it has a constructor. We'll put these variables here before the constructor, and then the constructor changes. And now this is passed by reference. So when we change these values, they'll toggle in the parent. If I do a trailing comment there, will that make it a little bit nicer? Now we should be good. Those are squiggles up here are gone. Override, create state, workout page state. That's all going to be the same. Didn't we do that? Where are we now? Oh yeah, we're down here. Workout page state. What's it complain about here? Private and public API. Yeah, I don't. Should this be just public? I don't want to worry about that right now. So we got to exercise this list. That's looking good. We initialize the state. Generate the workout. Keep all the existing methods. Then we get down to the build function. So all these methods here. All these methods and another method. This has been deprecated, so we'll have to check that out. Should be use widget state property instead and move to the widget layer. Code available outside of the material. And maybe it can fix that for us. Quick fix. Hopefully that'll work. It makes sense as more abstracted widget state property. Getting down to the build method still. Here we go. So here we return the scaffold, app bar, your workout, actions, icon button is dark mode. So the app bar has an action. Actions. All right, this is new. So we'll grab that, trailing comma. And then I think most of this stuff is the same, because at this point, this is all we needed to add was to toggle the light mode or dark mode, toggle theme. But yeah, I think all this is the same. Let's try running it. Dark mode by default. Light mode, dark mode. Oh man, it's so good. It's so good. It just works. Crazy. I mean, seriously, this Claude, GPT-4 and 4.0 have been really helpful in a lot of ways, but they slowly have been getting nerfed. Like, the quality is degrading. But I think Anthropic has been playing a lot more conservative of a game and iterating, and they are working on, firstly, the principle-based approach to constitutional AI. So having some clarity on like the values and the expected behaviors and how it should align with societal goals and things like that. But then playing it real conservative and rolling out just a massive improvement with this 3.5 and iterating on actual features that people use, I think. Whereas GPT and OpenAI have, in my opinion, have started focusing heavily on like more exciting kind of features, but promising too much and not delivering up to their promises, like the conversational interface. They haven't delivered on that. They've had some setbacks, and then just the continual decline in the quality of the outputs has been disappointing. But so far, this Claude 3.5 is a relatively new release. It'll probably get nerfed a little bit, but the results are pretty remarkable. Okay, so let's add a dark mode toggle, or commit this dark mode toggle. We'll synchronize all the changes. So they're basically available. One thing I'll add is just that, how do you get to it? Well, I'm going to put the link there on the repository so you can check it out here. Or actually, yeah, that's how. Tag it so people can find it. Flutter apps, Flutter example. I'm really enjoying working with Flutter. Workout app. Save those changes. So yeah, that's basically it. I think I'll take a break today. It's a bit over an hour. We made great progress. We've got it deployed to GitHub Pages. When it deploys, we'll have dark mode here in a minute by default. I really like dark mode. It's like this big flashlight in my face when we have apps on. I'm really privileged to have a large screen, and plus I have like YouTube lights on. But that aside, normally during the working day, I don't have that stuff set up, but the screen is still like this huge light source. It's right in my face, so I do prefer dark mode. Wait for the green mark to appear. So what I'm going to do, though, I'm going to record a recap of what we've achieved today, and I will use that. It's nice to have a summary video if you don't have time to watch the whole 1 hour live stream. Yeah, I think it's surprising when apps don't have it. Now I get frustrated, and it should be the default. I'm trying to think of an app that I've been using recently that didn't have it. I don't know, I can't think of it. Maybe we can just generate a README. I think for people who might want to get started, let's just have Claude generate a README. Get a little bit of README there. Good enough for me. We'll look at it a little bit closely, but I was able to read that as it generated. It seemed pretty decent. Yeah, so we had a... And the one thing I like about Claude is it actually uses the correct heading levels. I've been trying to get GPT to give me the markdown and correct headings, but random workout generator we need a better name. If you got any name ideas, let me know, and the discussion will rename it. Get open a GitHub issue. Flutter application designed to help users create diverse and engaging bodyweight workouts. With a library of various exercises, this app randomly generates workouts and allows users to customize their routines. Generate workouts with a single tap. Choose from a list of predefined bodyweight exercises. Add custom exercises to your workout. Remove exercises from your current workout. Dark mode support with easy toggle. Simple and intuitive user interface. The main goal of this app is to provide a quick and easy way for users to create varied workouts without equipment. It's perfect for those who want to stay active at home while traveling or when they don't have access to the gym. By randomizing workouts, it helps prevent boredom and keeps exercises routines fresh and challenging. This is stuff I didn't really tell it. It just inferred all of this. Crazy. Ensure you have Flutter installed on your local machine. If not, follow the official Flutter installation guide. Check that URL. Yep. Clone the repository, and we'll do that. Copy that. Navigate to the project directory, random workout generator. It's actually underscores. What the dingleberry? Get the dependencies. Flutter public, Flutter run. Contributing. We welcome contributions from the community. Whether you're fixing bugs, adding new features, or improving documentation, your input's valuable. Here's how you can contribute. Fork the repository. Create that and that. Amazing feature. Add categories. From the search functionality. Let's see. Yep, that was good. Perfect. And what we might need is a markdown table of contents. What was this? What was that? Oh, what is that? That's some interesting stuff. I don't know what that is. That's an interesting one. Cool, I'll go with those. Huh, yeah, those are nice. Now, one thing I wish was you could configure it to not have the top level one, but whatever. I'm not gonna complain. But yeah, so add README, really good. Improve README actually. All right, so I'll be right back, get a sip of water, and we're gonna just do a quick recap of this project, how it works, and try to be brief because I'll keep it 2 to 3 minutes. Let's see if I succeed there. Be right back. Hello and welcome to Tech with Bry. In today's live code hangout, we worked on a greenfield application using the Flutter framework. We built a Flutter application that randomly generates workouts. Actually, I've got the, let me just make one more tweak. I realized the repository is wrong at the bottom. Sorry, 1 second. Try this one more time. Little details, but they're helpful details. People want to check it out. You can use it for their own projects, their own ideas. All right, one more time. Let's do it. Hello and welcome to Tech with Briley. In today's live code hangout, we built a Flutter application that randomly generates workouts. The source code is available on GitHub under the MIT license. We've got some overview and instructions for running the project. It's a random generator, a workout generator designed to help users create diverse and engaging bodyweight workouts. It's got a library of various exercises. The app randomly generates workouts and allows users to customize their routines. You can check out more about the purpose and how to run it and contribute if you'd like in the README. But here's how it works, and then we'll take a quick look at the code. So it's just like basically a one-page application. When you load the app, it generates a list of about 5 randomly chosen exercises. You can regenerate that. If you don't feel like doing one of those today, you can just kind of delete it. You gotta drag pretty far over there. It removes it. You can add from a list of predefined exercises, or add your own custom exercises. And that's pretty much it. Very simple. We're not going to introduce any tracking or any kind of other notifications or stuff like that. It's just you want to get some exercises in today. What are you going to work on? Well, this will give you some inspiration. We also have dark and light mode, but defaults to dark, as light mode is pretty much like a big flashlight in your face in most cases. So there we go. We have that. I'm going to say this code was generated with Anthropic Claude. Super helpful. This Claude 3.5 release, it's just really remarkable. It went above and beyond the requests I made. It created multiple iterations on the app. If you've got the chance and opportunity to work with Claude, I highly recommend it. Let's take a look at the code though. But it certainly made this project possible. So we're using the Dart project Flutter material interface. We created an app, my app. This was essentially, we scaffolded an app. It's always called my app. We can rename that. But we have a stateful app, and in our state we have one variable. So we need one global variable for the dark mode toggle, and we have a toggle method to set the theme, and we render a material app with the random workout generator title, and we'll determine the theme, dark or light, based on the value of the theme. So it's pretty straightforward to make a dark mode toggle. And we're going to render one page, the workout page on the home, and we're going to pass in this state by reference to the page. Now, in order to define the exercises, we needed some data structures. Our basic, and an example data, we'll improve this in the future, but our basic data structure is an exercise, has a name, a description, and later we'll put some instructions there. And we'll probably move this into like a database or more kind of robust storage as needed. Our workout page has some state. It gets the toggle theme and dark mode from the parent page, and it maps those in the constructor function here, and we create some state. The state includes an empty list of exercises, the ones that are chosen, nothing yet, and then all the exercises. So this is just a big list of all of the options. It's pretty easy to extend it, and so far it hasn't been a performance problem, so we'll keep it simple as long as we can. So you initialize the state, as soon as you initialize it, the parent class, we generate a new workout. We've got a little helper function here that returns a bool to check if an exercise is currently in the workout. This is used to kind of help us dedupe or deduplicate the randomly generated workout, as well as prevent the user from inserting the same exercise twice. It makes the list shorter also, so when you're browsing for exercises, you only see the ones that you haven't added. Of course, you're free to do multiple sets of the same exercise, but I think from a user experience perspective, it doesn't make sense to have, sit-ups in the exercise list twice. I can just do a couple of sets. So we generate a workout, create a random number, making sure that their exercises are empty. And this could be a configuration variable, but right now we're defaulting to 5. That's an enhancement we could add, is like how long or how many exercises do you want in the generated list. But your exercise list, as you saw, it can go as long as you want. You can do as many as you want. We're just going to generate up to 5. Seems like a reasonable one. So yeah, it takes it grabs a random integer up to the exercise's length, and it checks if it's in the workout. If not, it's going to add that to the workout, and then it sets the state here to an empty dictionary. Not sure what that's for. Interesting. We'll take that out. If it's not needed, generate workout. Maybe that's to toggle a refresh of the user interface. Interesting. I'll come back. I'll look into the code. Again, this was largely generated by Claude, so in some ways it can be a bit mysterious, and we have to be very careful to scrutinize the code. But it's working, and I've tested it. When you remove, so this is what I was thinking. When you remove an exercise or add an exercise, you would set the state, and inside of that you would perform the mutation on the exercises list. I'll have to check into ways we can improve this. But so in both of those methods, we have to run the set state essentially to trigger a reflow and rebuild the page. So removing exercises, adding exercises. We're adding and generating. But it seems like this reactive variable should be enough to trigger the reflow. Anyway, it's not my forte. Let's continue on. We have a exercise dialog. So we're going to add an exercise, and it's going to take in the page context, and it's essentially a dialog that pops up. So it's an alert dialog to add one. Now this is one that you can just define your own. It's going to allow you to choose between defining your own exercise or creating a custom exercise. So these are buttons that will show dialogues based on if you don't have the exercise that you want to do in the list. You can just create one, or you can choose from the predefined lists. The predefined list, it essentially grabs all the available, it checks if the available exercises are empty. We're going to be able to dedupe with that, and if so, it's going to just display a list that we can't really there's nothing else to choose, but it gives you a little bit of a way of moving forward and choosing or adding your own custom one. We needed to set the scroll bar to always display because the list of exercises is quite long, and we just kind of build we have a list item builder, a list view builder for each item in there. But you can cancel, so you can go back, and it'll just take you, the navigator, back to the previous step in the flow. Or you can create a new one if the exercise is empty. So if there's no more exercises available, it'll let you move forward by showing you a button to create a custom exercise. So this is actually a pretty subtle user experience flow, and it'll be a bit hard for me to show how this works. But essentially, if you run through all of these exercises, you'll have an option down here. It'll show you a text that there's none left, and you'll have an option to continue going forward, which would mean you don't have to go hit cancel and then create a custom exercise. It'll take you forward straight to this dialog. It was a nice user experience improvement that Claude did automatically. Like, that's what I'm trying to emphasize is this is all generated by Claude. I was just kind of instructing it, testing it, and helping refine and steer the process. So even looking at the code this close for the first time is instructive. I'm learning a lot more about Flutter code. So Claude, in that sense, is a great instructor. So then if you want to create your own exercise, you just have a couple of text fields. We got a name and a description field, so it's following the same format, and you can always back out or add, and then it'll just grab the data from the controller and it'll add that and pop, so the dialog will disappear. Kind of pops off the stack there. And our snack bar, it is able to dedupe the exercise, and even the ones you add, you can't. It's kind of smart. It won't let you add the same one twice, even if you manually specify it. And that's about it. So we're just going to build the workout page, and it's got these action buttons, floating action buttons. And so it's hidden behind the debug mode, but it's going to show you this icon up here, and to toggle the light or dark mode, and then it's going to build dismissible items for each of the exercises. That allows you to remove it, and when you dismiss it, you have the background color and the icon for delete, and it's going to give you the title and description of the exercise at that index point. And then here are the generated floating action items that lets you regenerate the workout or show add exercise dialog, which is a multi-step flow depending on your preferences. But that's about it. It's 300 lines of code and all generated by Claude through an iterative process in a discussion. There were a couple of hiccups along the way, but the whole process took about an hour from start to finish. And really, I was just kind of coaching and describing, what I want to do, my goals, and the improvements I noticed. I didn't have to think at the code level. I was able to stay at the concept level. This is a really great workflow. It's very natural. I think a lot of people can do this, though I will stress you have to still have an understanding of programming and kind of how Flutter works and how debuggers work and those type of things in order to, I think, to succeed. So there's a bit of a balance, and you have to have some prior knowledge to make effective use of these tools, as well as just having clarity on like what your design goals are and how to articulate those. Some user experience things and probably other skills, well beyond what I'm capable of as well, would lead to even better outcomes. But that's all to say that I believe these agents are a great assistance, but it still relies on a lot of, experience and knowledge and capability from the human. So I think they're a good companion, but I don't see in practice how they could kind of be fully automated, as fully autonomous, and build something that you're desiring or expecting. Okay, well, that's been a pretty long recap. But again, if you'd like to check out this code, it's open source on GitHub. Feel free to use it for your own needs and ideas, or you can contribute to this project. If you got some ideas, you can open an issue or a pull request. So we welcome contributions from everybody. Cool. Thanks for your time. Have a great day.